So I'm trying to go live. Hopefully the stream will be okay. Weird. Look at this guy. Like, he's in this chat, in public chat, saying, bored, who's gooning right now? I'm so hard right now. And then, I don't know what that is, are superior to men. Really weird person in lobby. But anyway, kind of brings up something I want to kind of chat about. And I'm not pointing out specific names or people or anything. But like lately, I've had somebody take interest in me, and the person's long distance for me. And I talked a bit about this on stream before, but I kind of feel I have to bring it up again. And it's not to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm sure, like, these people are amazing. Individuals, like, well, it's one person right now. But I don't do long distance because I had like a couple bad experiences when I tried that, back in like 2020. I used to like this guy, Lou. Well, his username was Lucifer. That should have been, my first warning. But I didn't really pay attention to that. I'm just like, it's just a username. But like I thought he was really nice and stuff. And I was lonely during COVID. We couldn't go out or do anything. Everything was like shut down. And yeah, I was lonely. And so like I took interest in Lou. He took interest in me. But then like I got betrayed. And the guy asked me to buy him like a 4K TV when I didn't even have money to buy myself one, let alone any family or, real life close friends. So I'm like, what the hell? And like, I passed ownership of a clan that I had on Division 2 over to him, asked if he could, watch over it temporarily until I come back to that clan, only to have him dismantle it. There was a with him. He then tried to like hit on my friend and add her, and she told me. It was just really, yeah, he was kind of a dog too, a scammer and a dog. So after that experience, and just different things, I said no more long distance relationships. So this is a message just to everybody, just to kind of make it known. I don't mind having friends and hanging out with friends. And like, I'm sure, some of these dudes that have, tried to hit on me and that are attractive individuals. It's not anything to do with that. It's just point, period, blank. Long distance doesn't work. It does not work. People can cheat on each other. There's the whole financial aspect. There's the fact that like, one person would have to give up their life in their country to move to another. I can't do that. I don't have that luxury. I have a sick mom that I have to take care of. So I think it's best if I'm just completely honest and transparent, because I don't want to lead anybody on. I'm flattered, but yeah, I don't think it's fair to lead anybody on. Like, flirting's okay and stuff, but if it gives people the wrong ideas, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. So I gotta be careful. because I just don't think it's fair to other people. But it's like nothing against these individuals. Like, people can try and stuff, but I just don't want people wasting their time or, yeah, leading them on. It's not fair to people. So I have to be honest with them, with myself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with people, having a fantasy or whatever, but yeah, just you have to be realistic about things. But like me, like too, like I had my fantasy back like when calls, right? But yeah, I'm just being honest because I'll get random new people coming into my stream at times and stuff, kind of trying to hit on me or whatever, and I don't know, maybe it's the idea of like I'm gonna be a little bit crude here, like some guys are like, oh, I want to fuck a female streamer, and but I mean, maybe there will be another female streamer you can do that with, but it's not going to be me. But if you want to be my friend, if you want to hang out and have fun hanging out as friends, then yeah, let's hang out as friends. But I kind of had to nip that in the bud, respectfully, for everybody. So this individual doesn't feel it's because anything to do with them. It's just long distance. You know what I'm saying? So with that kind of slightly awkward conversation out of the way, let's get on to playing our missions and getting this done.
Descendant.
So pink, orange, white.
The ancestor's weapon with Vulgus technology and are using it to emit inversion energy. It appears they are defending the gate with it. The weapon contains ancient arcade. The structure on the ground draws and releases this. Descendant, I will show you the properties of the arcade stored within the weapon. You can disconnect the energy link using your own arcade. Descendant, the enemy commander is using the inversion energy as a personal barrier. We must find a device with the same arcade properties. You need to attack that device from above to penetrate the inversion energy.
I think I might play some Div 2 after this. I need to farm for some chess pieces for my other characters, at least two. And
Descendant. The
yeah.
enemy has modified this weapon with Vulgus technology and are using it to emit inversion energy. It appears they are Descendant.
Nobody
I
gets
will show
resource
you the
boxes
properties of the
anymore. What the
arcade
heck?
stored within the weapon. You can disconnect the energy link using your own arcade.
I'll just get the one resource box and then let them push the door. See? Come on, Ed.
Descendant. The enemy commander is using the inversion energy as a personal barrier. We must find a device with the same arcade properties. You need to attack that device from above to penetrate the inversion energy.
Okay.
Descendant. There are ancestor drones with inversion energy and a container with unidentified objects stored in this location. The enemy aims to artificially combine these two forces to cause an inversion overload explosion. They have also blocked off the entry path with the Order's malignant tumors. First, remove the tumor from the container to reveal the RK stored inside. If I know the ancestors, they will have already identified the RK's properties. Just before the explosion happens, find the drone which matches the RK's properties and use it as cover. That drone seems to have similar technology to your inversion reinforcement device. If you have found the drone which has the correct RK properties, I can adjust the output to cancel out the blast energy. Descendant, the commander of the Order of Truth has malignant tumors throughout their body. We need the inversion energy installed on the ancestor drone. There are ancestor drones which give off inversion energy and a container with unidentified archives stored in this location. The enemy aims to artificially combine these two forces to cause an inversion overload explosion. They have also blocked off the entry path with the Order's malignant tumors. First, remove the tumor from the container to reveal the
Okay, so what do we got?
stored
Triangle?
inside.
Yep, it's this
If
one
I know
here.
the ancestors, they will have already identified the arcade's properties. Just before the explosion happens, find the drone which matches the arcade's properties and use it as cover. That drone seems to have similar technology to your inversion reinforcement device. If you have found the drone which has the correct arcade properties, I can adjust the output to cancel out the blast energy. Descendant.
Triangle.
Tumors throughout their body.
It's not over here. It's over there, far one.
Energy meter installed on the ancestor drone.
No, a lot of aggro on me. So that just leaves Sigma sector. Yep, just Sigma sector. And then whatever I have to earn for the vendor.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendant.
Not happening, bro.
Transfer confirmed. Descendant,
Read the memo.
Stop the enemy troop deployment.
The transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
Now I'm stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I'm stronger. I love that song. Than I ever thought that I could be, baby. Used to go with the flow. She had some really good songs. Kind of miss her old music. Oh baby, baby, I wasn't supposed to know that something wasn't right, yeah. Tell me how you want it to be. Give me, baby, one more time.
Mission complete.
Panda, how did you get food on up by your ear, bud? Well, he's gonna have to clean that up. Now it's nothing but my way. Alright, we got all that dismantled. Dismantle this. So much resources like to get from this stuff, but so much to break down too. I'm always doing that crap. Okay, so broken boundary. Isolate it. Oh, that's right. There's that new mission I got keys for. I could play that too. And that mission is tough, though. I find it tough.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Ready?
wide-ranged shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with your arcade. Then activate the remote detonation device.
Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original.
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location.
Alright, that's all done. I gotta calculate what I need to earn for the vendor before I go do anything else. So, let's see. These are 30 a piece, so 3, 6, 9, so that's 90, I think. Yeah, that's 90. 15. Oops. 90 plus 15. I suck at math, so I'm using a calculator, I'm not gonna lie. Plus 60. Definitely want to get that. So we're looking at 165 that we gotta earn. Yikes, okay. You know, I just didn't have any time to come on and pre-grind for some of that stuff. I should make mental note to do that through the week. You know, just grind out missions for tokens. So, you know. But, alright. Anyways, I'm gonna switch to Valby. I haven't used her for a minute. But I'm gonna switch to Valby and then, play this like new mission. I need to see what color box I should be using my keys on. So I'll check that out in a minute. I have more than enough gold, so I don't need really more gold. But other resources, absolutely. And Keeper I'm pretty good on too, but let me see. So you get these 3 boxes, so I need to open I could open the blue and purple, leave the gold. Yeah. Alright. Gotta play this 2 times. So blue and purple box. I'm gonna make a mental note here on my app here. Sounds wrong. See, I make jokes like that, and then it gets me in trouble. Please know that I just joke, and sometimes my humor is dirty. Don't misinterpret it, please. Let's put it this way, and I don't give a shit. I have a dirty sense of humor, but I'm more like a nun than people realize. Okay? But there's nothing wrong with having a sense of humor. It's just some people interpret it otherwise. So there you go. try to do my bubble charge thing, but it doesn't... I don't know. Some people can get their force skill back really quick, it seems. I can't. So it's something to do with my build, probably, and how they have their setup. I don't know. There's something I'm doing wrong. I'd be curious to get that build so I can get my fourth skill back more frequent. If there's any possible way of doing that. I see other people have it, so I don't know. Is that the boss? Yeah, that's the boss. Okay. It. So blue and purple box, right? Okay, so you can only get one each round. Next time we'll go for blue. Unless I can't. I had like a bunch of keys, so I don't know. I thought you could open more than one box around. Oops. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Drank some coffee and I guess it's upsetting my tummy a bit, maybe? Look at these guys up here. Oh, I can't jump, help me! somebody over here? Yeah, a whole pile of somebody's over here. Okay, I'm going for, yeah, blue. Oh, I can't. So it takes 20 keys, huh? 20 keys, I just learned. I thought it was just one key. 20. That's nuts. Like, that's even crazy. And they don't give you, like, keys anywhere, really, other than out in Axion. So that's something you gotta mentally program, that it takes 20 keys. So before going into that mission, you gotta make sure, if you're gonna be playing it twice, you gotta make sure that you have 40 keys. Because if you don't have 40 keys, you're like essentially wasting your time. But anyways, we got that all done. Okay. Don't have anything to clean up here. So yeah, that just leaves farming for my tokens. I need to, you know what? I'm thinking, what's it under again? Library. Miscellaneous. Now those keys here. See, I only had 10. So now they've added more places. So out in Axion, if you do some of those missions, they give you the keys. It looks like it's the missions that are like, yeah, I got the, like, I don't know, some people say it looks like a claw. To me it looks like vampire, like, teeth or something like that. But ones like this, not ones like that. I don't think these ones give it, the regular kind of missions. But the ones that are like that seem to drop these stabilization keys that you need to open the box at the end. So, give me 1 second here. Sorry, I needed to get Panda some water. So yeah, I only have 4 tokens so far, and I gotta earn a bunch. So, I think I remember the asylum being able to earn more. But it's a tougher mission. But yeah, we gotta earn... How much much was it again? Let me delete that. 165. So I'm gonna be here for a minute, grinding this out. Can't get Panda to settle. Yeah, he's kind of just like, he just used his scratch pad. Now he's at his food. Like, he's just like antsy. Normally this time of the morning by now he'd settle down and be having a nap or something, but he got me up at like 3:50 a.m. today, and he's been up ever since, just not winding down. It's like a real baby. A real baby. Okay, so we got 22 now. Yeah, I had 4 and now I have 22, so this is the best mission to grind this out. I'm not even going to bother like cleaning inventory. I'm just going to keep going. So I'll be leaving a lot of resources on the ground, but for time's sake, I want to get this shit done. So I'd like to get on to Div 2 just to farm Countdown for a little while. That's been on my mind, trying to get that chess piece for my other characters. The quicker I get this done, the better. You guys know me. I try to get things done right away. Like, I got those, I'm so proud, I got those 2 Assassin's Creed events on both consoles done, and that was a heavy ass grind. Took me 2 full days, like, to finish grinding that. And I'm talking like several hours in a day, you know what I mean? Like, I started yesterday at like 11 and I didn't finish till like, what was it, 8 or something? 8 p.m. With, you know, little breaks here and there. So it's pretty wild. It was really grind heavy, but I was like, I'm not paying, like when I've already just recently bought the Assassin's Creed Pass and an outfit, a couple outfits, I'm not paying more to save time and not grind it out, you know what I mean? So I refused to buy that, and I was just like, I'll spend the time. I heard something fall. What was that? Got 30. So I guess I got lucky the last time. I got like a bigger drop or something. So I was like, oh, I was expecting to get it again. But no. We only have 30. We had 20 something. We went from 4 to 20 something. So we had a big drop. So I guess just expect the grind to be slow. I wonder if you can get like really rare drops, like 100 tokens or something. Nobody gets resource boxes anymore. What the heck? What the heck? I'm so OCD about that. I'm like, break open the box. $38. Panda, no. Now he's trying to get into the recycling. Oh boy. Like, you know, we have like cardboard that has to go out, and I have it in like a blue recycle bag because tomorrow's garbage night, and he's wanting to get into that. He's so cute. He's worth it. He's a handful though. I think if, I don't know, like, I think cats can have, like, ADD. He might, but I think he just also gets extremely bored at times, even though he has toys and, you know, stuff to keep him occupied. If I'm not playing with him, you know, cat games, even though he's got, like, toy mice and, you know, toy balls. He wants that interaction, and he wants it, like, 24/7. To the point that he'll even try to bite my feet while I'm sleeping to wake me up, to tell me, like, hey, wake up and play. So, yeah, I don't get much sleep. It's pretty wild. And, like, none of my other cats were like that, so I don't know. I think, you know, I wish I had more money that I could have got him a companion, like another... I don't know if 2 male cats can be in the same house, but, like, you know, somebody he could hang out with and play, you know? I think that's kind of what he's missing. And so he looks for it from Mama. But... okay, how many did I get? 46.
Get out of the way!
Gotta go to 165. This is mental. I hope I get like 100 drop. I don't know if that's possible. I remember playing, like, you know, those big intercept battles, and like occasionally you get like a drop of 100. It was really nice. But it was usually after you had grinded for so long. They don't just give it. It's almost like you have to play so many minutes in a battle or a mission before you'll even qualify for it. It feels that way. So I don't know. Oh fuck, I'm good. Okay, there we go. Did I get that time? 54. Time for a new group of guys. I'm bored. But I'm also coming back to buy something at the vendor. I think I have enough. Let's see. What do I have right now? 62.
Officer, give this Descendant the goods.
So that gets that out of the way. That's the most expensive. So let me recalculate all this shit. So 30, 90 for sure. 90 plus that plus anything else? No, that's it. Okay, so 90 plus that. 105. This is the next target. Oh, what's Slush got? Ooh. I'm looking at some of their... I like Lush. Like, I haven't really shopped there for a while because it is pricey. But they have, like, Chinese New Year stuff. They got a bath bomb. And, dude, I want to get a bath bomb for my tub. Because I just had my tub fixed recently. And I haven't had, like... I've had showers, but I haven't had a bath yet. I'd love to just have one with like a bath bomb. I have some bubble baths and lavender bubble bath and lavender Epsom salt like kind of soak. One that my friend actually got me. It's from imported from England, and damn, it is heaven soaking in that. I wish they sold it here. I'd buy it all the time. But yeah, I'd like to have a bath bomb. I'd like to get bombed. That kind of bombed. But yeah, I think anyways, this is like off topic. I'm kind of all over the place thinking different things, but I feel bad because a friend of mine recently said like he had like feelings for me or whatever, and that friend lives at a long distance, and I had to like say no, I don't do that. Like, he knew I spoke about it on stream that I don't do it, but he asked still, kind of, and I felt bad. It kind of put me in a position that I felt horrible because he's a nice guy and that, and I'm sure he's like, you know, personality and, you know, physically attractive. It's just, yeah, long distance. I don't do that. Otherwise, if he lived close to me, probably I would. But I think I haven't seen him around, so I think my saying no I guess scared him away. I feel bad, but I can't lie to him. I can't lie to myself, you know. And like, that's why I say to stream, because I get like, I'll get the occasional guy coming in to stream and they're kind of hinting that they want something too, and I'm just like, That's not what I'm about. I'm just about the games, like, respectfully, you know? But yeah, just finish him. Thank you.
Must not fall. Yep. I just need to get back on my.
But yeah, and I feel horrible. I was talking to my mom about it this morning, and like I didn't say who it was or anything. I'm not gonna tell you guys who it was, but she's like, well, yeah, you have to let them know, like, you don't want to lead people on. It's okay for people to fantasize and, you know, but at least you're being honest and telling them. And yeah, I feel horrible though. Like, I'm like, man, did I lose a friendship? But if I lose a friendship because of that, then the person didn't really like me as a friend, right? But I'm not gonna make it awkward. Like, I said to the person, well, I'm flattered, like, you know. But yeah, it's just a strict rule I have for myself now. Because, like I said, back in 2020, tried that with Lou and I got burned badly. And, you know, I talked to friends. Like, I have a male friend. He tried long distance with a girl in Europe, and it fell flat. Like, I mean, he's in the States, she's in Europe. Like, that's a fucking huge distance. And same for me and this other person. I'm not going to say where they're from or nothing, but, yeah, it's just not realistic, you know? But I get it. People, they've, you know, companionship. Maybe they can't find anybody close to home, and then they find somebody that they're like, I can relate to this person, we like the same shit. Like, you know, I've been there. It's only human. But another thing, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be brutally honest on this stream. So, like, Lou, I sent him a photo. You're like, oh my god. But it wasn't a horrible photo. Like, it wasn't too revealing. So, like, the worst... Okay, I'll tell you. I was, you know, and this was, like, after, like, we said, like, we're, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend. I was laying on my bed. Yeah, I'm gonna get, like, a bunch of weirdos. This is not gonna happen ever again, okay, guys? But I was laying on my bed, and my breasts were against the bed. Like, so it wasn't showing any, like, nipple or anything. Just the cleavage kind of thing. But it was me, like, without a shirt on. And that's what I sent to Lou. And, then after I found out he was, like, following a bunch of girls that, like, were selling pictures. And I'm like, uh-oh. You know, after I found that out. I mean, I know guys look at porn and stuff. You know, it's natural, it's normal. I'm not naive. But then I found out about stuff like revenge porn and stuff like that too. So, like, if you ever have a falling out with somebody, they could use that picture, you know, against you. And so I learned, like, hold on, he's about to kill me again. I learned not to do that. Like, it's okay if other people decide to do that, but it's not for me. And I don't hold it against people that, you know, want to send out pictures and stuff. That's fine, that's up to them. But my personal rule is I will not do that. So I'm letting other people know. Like, because I get, you know, different requests from dudes. I'm not kidding. Like, even this individual was gaming with me one day on a game, And this guy said, we just loaded into the match, and he's like, I was like, I gotta go for dinner. I'm talking to my friend. After this one, I'm starving or whatever. And then this random goes, I could be your dinner. Like, I mean, I just get weird shit like that all the time. And I think it's just because, like, oh, it's a female in a video game. Like, you know, but you don't know me or what I look like. I'm an overweight girl. Like, if you saw me in real life, you'd probably go, oh, like, no. You know, I'm brutally honest. And so, I don't know. But, you know, I've made stupid mistakes, like sending that photo, you know. But I would never, like, show a picture like that again. I would never, even back then, I never, you know, exposed the full breast. I never took a picture of my private area. Like, I wouldn't do that, but I've got requests for that, you know? And that's just not me. Like, I can fantasize like the next person. You know, I can talk dirty and stuff like that, but when it actually comes to, you know, photos and videos and stuff, that will not be happening. But there's nothing wrong, and people shouldn't feel guilty for fantasizing, you know what I mean? That's normal, that's human. But like I said, I don't want to lead anybody on. That is not fair, you know what I mean? But, like, and I still think this person's an amazing person, you know? But, yeah, I just have, everybody has their personal rules for themselves. Like, some people just don't give a shit. Like, they'll just go, like, sleeping around with multiple people, and so I'm just not that. I tell everybody how conservative I am, but they mistake that maybe I'm not, because I do, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I have a dirty sense of humor and stuff, but I'm just not that kind of girl. You know? You can have a dirty sense of humor, dirty imagination, but yeah. So, I'm not trying to burst people's balloon or whatever, but I feel it's coming to a point where I have to be honest before it becomes a huge problem. Just because you hear me making like a joke, a dirty joke on stream or something, doesn't mean I'm gonna be going around sleeping with all these dudes. Like, no. No, 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 no. But, yeah, of course, just like every other human being, if somebody's interested in you, you're flattered, right? And you're like, well, thank you, I'm flattered, but, yeah, when it comes to actually, let's say, participating in certain things, I won't do it, you know? I already know what's gonna happen here. I was gonna say they're not even gonna wait at the door. I have to go on this side, 'cause that poison's gonna fuck me up from the other boss. Okay. 26. So yeah, that's the worst I've done. And it's like I'm confessing like what I've done. And it was like back in 2020, 21, like somewhere around there when this happened, you know, when COVID hit and stuff. But then in time, I, you know, grew to have like even more respect for myself. That I'm like, yeah, there's certain things I won't do. 'Cause, yeah, you hear like revenge porn stories where like say a couple breaks up, then the next thing you know, like the guy's sending like posting videos or, you know, intimate photos of somebody online, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to risk that. Plus, like, I don't know, I'm old-fashioned, I guess, but I believe like that's something you see in person. Like, that's to be shared in person. But yeah, like that terrifies me. But even if like the person I used to be with was to post that photo online, it's just like me without a shirt, but like my breasts are covered, you know? Just cleavage, that's it. And it's not something I'd be ashamed of because like we were together, you know what I mean? Long distance together. But yeah. Eventually you're like, you crave like the real life, you know what I mean? Not somebody miles and miles and miles and miles away. So that is a problem. And I'm sure that's for men. You guys are the same way too. Like, you need to be like able to touch. If you can't touch, it's not fair, you know? So I don't want to do that to a person. I learned. And you have to learn through some hard trials. Parents do something dirty, but then it would create a bad situation, like when the guy's doing the hot tub thing. So I'm like, I better not. So I have to like non-react, and it sucks. It sucks because I want to like joke around, like this is my dirty sense of humor, but then I'm like, yeah, it will lead to some bad fucking situations, you know, and so I can't do that. At the end of the day, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you know what I mean? I probably already have, but I hope, you know, to this person that I said no to, like, it's not that I'm trying to publicly shame you. Don't take it that way. I'm sure he will, though. I'm letting other people know not to try. If you want to game with me and hang out, cool. Let's play, let's be buddies, you know? But I can't have people expecting more than that. And like in this case, I would reject these guys because you know what? They're not even gentlemen enough to like wait at a door for a lady. So reject it. Bye-bye. Those are guys I would not hang out with. I tell you, I'm old school in a lot of ways. Like, you know, and I think I owe it to. Okay, so I had a boyfriend in middle school, and he was such a gentleman compared to somebody that was like a 1 day boyfriend later in life. I'll give a comparison. So when I was younger, elementary school, I was dating this guy, Charles. Okay, it was like childhood sweethearts, you know, kind of thing. But then later he went after this girl, Jody. You know how guys can be. They'll be interested in a female for a minute, then they'll switch to somebody else. They're kind of flaky like that. I mean, probably females can be like that too, if I'm honest. Oh shit, I got 100 tokens. Nice. But anyways, one thing that he kind of set the bar for me was like he was a gentleman. He would open doors for me, like, you know, a front door, he would hold it open for me to walk through, or the car door, like old fashioned shit like that. I love. But I'll do the same thing for the man. Like I'll hold open a door for him, you know, because I believe in equal give and take, you know. So if you treat me kind, I'm going to treat you kind back. But yeah, that kind of set the bar for me. So like when I see these dudes in video games and they can't even wait at a doorway and they just push on in and they won't even wait for me to approach the doorway and go through it, then I'm like, fuck, you're no gentleman. Like you're just, just, I can't respect that, you know? So then what do I do as a female? I leave the game when normally if they were a gentleman, I would play match after match after match with them and hang out with them, you know? I'm a Virgo. Virgos are very, very fucking picky. We don't just settle, like, and, you know, probably takes, like, a long time to convince us about things. So there was him, right? And then later in years, I was over at my cousin's house, my cousin Nicole, and she had a friend. And I was, like, naive to it. Like, when people like me, I just don't pick up on it at all. Unless they say, I like you, you know. I just don't pick up on the cues for some reason. But anyways, she told me that her friend liked me. I wasn't attracted to her friend. But she's like, oh, come on, just go out on a date with us. We'll do a double date. My boyfriend and me and you and him. Come on, let's go. So I was like, all right. I've told this story on stream before. And so they had planned that we would go to Blockbuster. I know Blockbuster no longer exists, but back then it did, and it was like VHS tapes, right? And that we would rent a movie and then go back to my cousin's boyfriend's place, and like in his basement, he had an entertainment, like, you know, setup or whatever. So we would watch in the basement. So we're on the way to Blockbuster. My cousin's friend that likes me is driving. I'm sitting in the front seat next to him. He reaches over and he grabs my hand. He wants to hold my hand while driving. I didn't like that idea. I'm like, dude, put both hands on the wheel. But he wanted to do that. So I was just like, okay, but I was nervous. Later on, I found out he got into a car accident. So it didn't surprise me. But anyway, so he's holding my hand the whole time. And I mean, this is the first date, so I'm a little uncomfortable. And then we get out of the car, and then he wants to hold my hand again, like going into, Blockbuster. So I'm holding his hand. We're walking around, and we pick our movie, and then we go back to the car, and, same thing. All the way back to my cousin's boyfriend's place. So then we get into the house and we're walking down the stairs to the basement. And, like, keep in mind, this is the first date. The guy slaps me on the ass. And I just totally fucking lost it. I was ready to throw him down the stairs. I was so ready. Because I'm like, dude, this is the first date. And you're already treating me like a piece of meat. Like, can't you be a gentleman? So, like, right there and then, like, I decided, no. And that just, like, totally turned me off. Like, you'd think he thought in his mind that it would turn me on or something, but it turned me off. Because, like, I just believe in taking things slower. And I know guys, like, they just want to right away get into your pants and, you know, fuck or whatever. But I'm just like, no. Like, please, just get to know me as a human being, for fuck's sakes, you know? And so, yeah, I don't want to be just a piece of me. I want to be liked for me. You know what I mean? Sure, you can fuck somebody, right? But, like, lust dies out. You know, think about even in older age, like, you know, in older age, people get, like, impotence and stuff like that. If you don't have, like, a good, you know, connection on other levels, it's just not gonna, it's gonna burn out. It's gonna fizzle out. Like, so, yeah, I told my cousin, I can't. I'm sorry. I was trying for you, like, because, you know, you're my cousin. You mean a lot to me. I care about you. I love you, you know, as my cousin. But, yeah, I can't. And so, like, the guy's like, why, what did I do? Why? And I'm just like, you know, it's just not, we're not compatible. Like, I know already. So, yeah, I mean, people probably view me, and that's okay, as a cock tease or something. I don't know. But it's just, I have high standards for myself and high expectations, right? So I just don't want to lead anybody on at all. And I have to be, you know, brutally honest. Like, you know, I talked to my one friend, you know, like I said, and he tried long distance with a girl in Europe. And he warned me because, like, he knew I liked his buddy before that lived long distance. And he's just like, no, like, it doesn't work, you know? And I believe him. He had bad experience with it, too. So, like, yeah, because you gotta think, like, you can't see each other every day. You can't see each other every week, every month. One of you is gonna have to leave your family behind, your home behind, to go to a new country, and then all the fucking things, like, that means, you know? And then, will you get a job in that country? Maybe not. Will you have the security you have in your home already in another country? Probably not. Will you be accepted by that other country? Maybe, maybe not. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many... It's too fucking complicated. So, like, I decided, like, that's just not for me. And I think it's, like, it's the fantasy aspect of it. Like, everybody fantasizes, right? You'd be lying if you said, no, I don't fantasize. Everybody does. About something or someone. But you have to distinguish, like, fantasy from reality. And that was a cold, hard truth I had to face back in, like, 2020. You know? And I've tried to warn people on stream so that they don't approach me in the same way. Like, you know, I told that story about the dick pic thing so people know not to do that. And some people be like, well, what's the problem? It's just a picture of a dick. Like, you know what I mean? But, yeah, like, I don't want to ever be accused, like, by somebody else saying, oh, you sent my dick to somebody else, or you revenge porned me, like, you know. No. So I just prefer to say, like, don't send me any of that stuff, folks. Like, you know what I mean? If I really need to see a picture of a dick or a video of a dick, there's like, that's what porn's for, you know what I mean? My name is Keen. Is it like that band, Keen? It's a good band, by the way. I came across a fallen tree. I saw the branches already looking at me. Is this the place I used to love? Is this the place that I've been dreaming of? Where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. Just tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. It's a good song. Back in the day, I made a video to that song, like when I could. This was before like all the YouTube copyright stuff. Like you could like mix video like of a movie and audio like of a favorite song or something. And I would do that. I would like edit the video down with scenes from the movie and kind of make a mini like music video for fun. Like I wouldn't make a profit off of it, but you know, now the rules like they won't allow you to do that. But anyways, I used that song by Keen, Somewhere Only We Know, and I mixed it to this movie Keanu Reeves was in called Little Buddha. So it's like the story of Buddha. And I just thought lyrically it went well together. And then after somebody copied me and had it on YouTube, but you could probably actually find the video if you put like Little Buddha in Somewhere Only We Know into YouTube. You'll see that somebody copied that idea. But yeah, lyrically it works with that film, I always thought.
It's up to me.
Where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired Yeah, so like the part, like, it's like, I came across a fallen tree. I saw the branches, are they looking at me? So like during that like lyric segment, I had like a clip of Buddha sitting like by a tree, like in meditative pose. It was pretty cool, yeah. I don't know, like I've always thought like that, like musically, I can match it to like a scene or, you know, a clip from a movie or a TV show, or think of a segment of my life where I can like relate to it. And so like that was like one of my favorite things to do, one of my hobbies. Like I'd just be sitting alone in my room and kind of nerding out editing. Hey, what's up? We're at 50. I have to go to, what was it again? 105. Me and my girl got a hotel since it's snowing and they have heated pools. Oh, damn, that's dope. That sounds fun. Almost like a hot tub. Have fun. That reminds me of like Niagara Falls. They have like jacuzzis and shit. So like people like for example, since it's coming up like Valentine's Day and stuff, they would like rent out like a hotel room with one of those like heart-shaped jacuzzi things. Yeah, definitely have fun. Get away from the pets for a while? Yeah. I feel you on that one. Panda woke me up at freaking, what was it, 3:50 this morning? And he was just ready to like be fed and play and, you know, he was like, oh. All right. I'm gonna see what I can buy. It's just a bunch of crap in here. John Wick, Quebec. QC. QC usually stands for Quebec. Oh, damn, I could only buy one, huh? Look at that. The grind is real, folks. Oh, let me see what you... Love our kitties, but they are like monkeys. Oh, my dude, too. Sorry, I don't know why YouTube holds certain things for review. I was like, what the fuck? Who's, like, withholding that? But Yeah, my little guy is definitely a freaking monkey, a panda monkey. I don't even know where he went right now. Where are you, bud? Oh, he's laying on the step. Leading to upstairs. So who's taking care of the cats while you guys are away? Like a neighbor or family or something? Or you leave them alone for a day? Oops. I know, like, when my neighbors, they went away to South Africa, and they had a cat, they would have, well, her mother, his mother-in-law come in and check on the cats. Or the cat, pardon me. Where's the last one? There we go. I'm so freaking glad I got that Div 2 stuff done. It's just taking so long the past 2 days. He's gonna kill me. I have to back off that shit. Okay, 32. Are you still there? Probably not. I mean, he always plays impressive, but he was playing really impressive yesterday. He's just killing one dude after the other, and kind of tormenting these guys, and these guys were shit-talking him. And he's responding back to them. Like, I guess he had, you know, open mic on or whatever in COD. All lobby. And these guys were getting pissed. And he's like, oh, you come back again to be killed again. Fucks him up. I wish I could play that good, that I could kind of be a little shithead like that. But I'm not that good. I'm not even good at all on there. I know my place. But yeah, it's funny to see some of it. Whoa. Okay, 40. Damn, that, it's like fucking cold here. Now you got me thinking, Belton, about freaking hot tubs. I wish I had one in my backyard. One of my neighbors years and years ago, like when I was really young, she had one in her backyard, but that thing was so noisy. My cousin had one, it broke. So I guess they can break easy too, like the jets or whatever on it. But yeah, I wish I had one in my backyard. I'd go out and just chill in it. Maybe read a book. Can you believe back in the day, like, when I was on Twitch, like, I mean, I do play on Twitch occasionally, but when I really, like, that was before YouTube, like, I never streamed originally on YouTube. Yeah, I'd get weird guys coming into my chat asking me to get into the hot tub, because, like, that was all the, thing back then too, is like, for a time period, it was hot tub streams. Or I'd get like guys donating, and then they'd be like, okay, so when are you getting in the hot tub? I'm just like, I'm done. I'm fucking done with this craziness. And so, like, yeah, eventually I switched over to YouTube, and it's been pretty chill for the most part. First day, though, when I started streaming on YouTube, I'm like, oh my god, it's following me. Somebody came into my chat. He's like, oh, you're hot. I'm like, come on, can I just play my games? Like, sometimes a girl just wants to play her games, man. Think of me like a bro. Not a hoe. A bro, not a hoe. You're welcome, you're welcome. But yeah, I don't know. I can't wait until spring. I mean, in spring we do have a big task ahead of us, so like they're gonna be repairing the roofs where I live, and they'll have to come in and like go into my attic and hook up this like fan from my bathroom that's supposed to like exhaust out the roof, but they can't do that. They came in and hooked up some of it, but they couldn't fully hook it up yet because we don't have the new roof. So they'll be coming back in the spring and kind of exhausting it out the roof, because when they looked at how these places were built and how they set things up, the bathroom fan was not properly ventilating out the roof. They didn't even have it ventilating out the roof, so all that moisture was going up into everybody's attic, and causing mold. Now, they checked ours when they went to hook up our bathroom fan, and they said we don't have any up there that they could see at all, whereas other places did. But I never really used, the bathroom fan, and my mom gives me shit for it. But when they properly hook it up, I will use it. So probably me not using it caused the no mold issue up in the attic, which is good, right? But yeah, they're trying to prevent, like, water damage, fire damage, just any sort of damage. Mold. One place in here had, like, the whole side of the house, because it's like an end house, the whole side of the house, like, had got, like, mold. So they had to, like, go stay in a hotel for so long. I think it was probably something crazy, like weeks. And while they were doing whatever repairs they needed to do to get rid of the mold, yeah, some problems can be really fucking bad, when it comes to that. So they're trying to prevent, like, mold, water, any type of damage. They want to build, like, some special, like, retaining walls. Fix the roofs.
Officer, give this Descendant the goods.
I like this blue. Holy shit, I got 114? Dude, I must have hit the jackpot. Alright, let's buy up what we can. I'll buy just 2 of these, because I have like 190, 132, 158. I only had 30 of those. And yeah, I'll save the rest for next week. That's good. So we'll be a little bit ahead. Less of a grind. I'm all done. Yep, I'm all done now. And I got to talk to you about some crazy shit, and I hope that other person's not offended. I don't want to say their name. I'm trying to be respectful because they're still my buddy. At least I hope. Maybe they won't want to be anymore, I don't know. But in my mind, they're still my buddy. But I'm just kind of using it as an example to just let all guys know, like, I'll be your friend, but I'll joke around with you and stuff. Sometimes I make dirty jokes and stuff. Like, people, my male friends know I have a dirty sense of humor. But, not to really expect other things, you know what I mean? I think that's fair. I'm not trying to tease anybody or lead anybody on or anything like that, But if you treat me like one of the dudes and we hang out and have fun, awesome. But no, I'm not going to be sending any, like, tits or pussy pictures or, like, videos or, like, any weird shit. Like, just no. No. Like I said, the worst I did when I was long distance dating Lou was I had my shirt off, I was laying on my bed, my boobs were against the bed, it was just showing cleavage, and I took a photo like that, like a topless photo like that. I thought it was in good taste. It's not, like, overly revealing. And, like, you have to know, like, in today's day and age, like, there's stuff like your picture could get posted everywhere or anywhere, or your video, or, you know what I mean? So, like, that's a strong no for me. Like, I won't do that. And, like, if I start dating somebody in my city or whatever, like that's for them to see in person. And that's just like a strong rule I have. And I know people will be like, what the fuck? Like, everybody's doing that, sharing pictures and doing that. And I mean, that's, teach your own. Like, you guys can do what you want. I'm not telling anybody not to do anything. But yeah, you read enough stories and hear enough things about things that happen to people. And I won't do that. But yeah. So that's letting everybody know. Not gonna happen, alright? I'll be your buddy, I'll be your friend, I'll game with you, we'll have fun. But like when it comes to long distance stuff, I do not do that. These bad experiences. And I don't want to lead people on, and I want to be honest and truthful and fair. I'll joke around, but see, that's the thing. Like, when you joke around, like, it can give people the wrong ideas that think, well, yeah, she's just gonna, she'll sleep with me and do this and that. And I'm just not that kind of girl. People can say whatever they want and believe whatever they want, but I'm honest, and the worst I've done when I say about that picture, that's the worst I've done. Nothing more. So, but I've learned a lot being a streamer too, just through different experiences. It's been wild. I've learned a lot about men. Like, I grew up without any brothers to even have a reference on, like, just like how they behave, how they act. So I just didn't know much about guys until really video games. Like, my dad was out of the picture growing up, so I didn't really have that male figure. Yeah, and it wasn't until I started gaming that I got to learn more about males and, how they are. And, like, they're not all bad. There's a few bad apples in the bunch, but they're not all bad. But just, like, yeah, certain things. Like, certain male friends, I can joke around, make a dirty joke, and it's all good. Like, there's no expectations. But then with other males, you joke around with them, and then they're like, okay, yeah, so when are we gonna fuck? And you're just like, no, no, no. Like, I was just joking around, like, you know. And so then I'm like, fuck, I can't joke around like this. I can't be myself, like, because it's gonna give people the wrong idea. You know what I mean? And so I kind of blame myself for some of that, but I'm like, at the same time, I can't be something else. Like, I'm being myself, So I can be myself, I think, but I have to lay out firm, kind of firm boundaries, I guess you would say. And it applies to everybody. And if that, scares people away, that's fine. Then they probably weren't your friend to begin with. But your real friends will, be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll stick by you. Well, the ones that aren't really your friends and just looking for some pussy will just disappear. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of view it. So it's sad if that's the case, but yeah. All right, interesting conversation today. But yeah, I just had to set those boundaries and just let everybody know it applies to everybody, so I'm not singling anybody out. And yeah. All right, peace out. Have a good day.